The Sephora Savings Event is starting at the end of this month and is going to run through 11/6. So I thought I'd put together a video to share my makeup recommendations for the sale. As with other Sephora sales, the start date depends on your level within the Sephora Rewards program. Now, the Sephora Rewards program has 3 different levels that are based on how much you spend within a year. The first level is Beauty Insider. Now, this is the level everyone starts at when they sign up for the rewards program. There's no spend level for this one. Next up is VIB. This is the middle level that you reach by spending $350 a year. If you buy a lot of beauty and hair products and shop exclusively at Sephora, it probably won't be too hard to reach this threshold. I don't spend that much on hair, beauty, and skin products within a year, nor do I shop at Sephora very often, so there's no way I could see myself hitting this threshold. Rouge is the highest tier, and to reach it, you need to spend, wait for it, $1,000 in a year. Yes, you heard right, $1,000. That is so not happening for me. If $350 is a reach, there's no way in the world I would ever hit $1,000 spent on hair, makeup, and skincare products within a year. The reason I started out this video talking about the different levels in Sephora's reward program is that during these sale events, each level gets a different discount. For this sale, Rouge gets 20% off, VIB gets 15% off, the Insider gets 10% off. To get that discount, you need to use a promo code, and the code for this sale is TIME2SAVE, and it's in all caps. You can try to input the code in lowercase, but I personally would go with uppercase since that's how it's provided, and you just save yourself a few extra seconds of it not working and then having to re-enter it. Great thing about this promo code is that you can use it as many times as you like during the sale dates. So if you buy some things during the first day of the sale and then you realize a couple days in that there's more stuff you want to buy, you can go ahead and use the promo code and get your insider discount. Another reason the insider levels matter for this sale is that Rouges get first access to the sale, meaning for them it starts 10/27 and then it starts 10/31 for everyone else. Now the sale ends 11/6 for everybody. Plus, you can get 30% off Sephora collection products. Now this discount applies to all insider levels, and the promo code for the Sephora collection discount is SCSAVE, all caps. If you're not a beauty insider yet, you can go ahead and sign up on the site, and I've included a link in my description box that you can use to sign up. Now, I will tell you, I'm probably not going to shop this sale. In fact, I feel pretty confident I'm not going to. I'm not a fan of Sephora sales because I feel like the discounts aren't as good. Also, I prefer Ulta over Sephora because I can get high-end and drugstore type products all in the same store, and the discounts apply to everyone no matter what the rewards level is at Ulta. That being said, I know there's several of you who like Sephora, who like to shop at Sephora, so I decided to put together a video sharing some recommendations for makeup products. I'm gonna start my recommendations list with some products that I currently use or have used in the past. First up is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Matte Setting Powder. Now this is a setting powder that extends makeup wear for up to 24 hours. It provides a matte, shine-free finish and diminishes the appearance of pores and imperfections. It comes in 6 total shades, and of the 6 shades, there are 2 of them that are for us brown ladies. The lighter of the 2 darker shades is Sienna, which is made for tan to deep skin tones with warm undertones. And that's the one that I use and prefer because I have more yellow or golden undertones. The deepest shade is Deep Neutral. Now that's for dark skin tones with warm undertones. I actually tried that shade before I bought Sienna, but it was way too dark and it showed up way too red for my yellow undertones. Now I've been using this HD setting powder for a couple of months now, but interestingly enough, I haven't actually used it as a setting powder yet. I've used it in place of foundation for a more natural look, and I also use it under my liquid foundation to help with oil control. I think it does a good job of giving my skin a smooth, clean, matte finish, and I've also noticed that I get less oily less quickly when I use it under my foundations. Staying with the Makeup Forever brand, my next recommendation is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Undetectable Longwear Foundation. I've tried out this foundation a few times and I actually liked it. The only problem was the bottle that I had was the wrong shade for me. It was just too dark. So I only wore it a few times. I was able to make it work, but after that, I stopped using it. Now this foundation claims to be an undetectable liquid foundation that blurs and covers imperfections for up to 24 hours. It's supposed to be powered by a micro skin system that syncs with the skin for true to skin finish. The coverage is medium and the finish is natural, and it's made for normal, oily, and combination skin types. My opinion of it is I think it does cover imperfections really well. I felt like it looked really natural on my skin other than the shade was off, and I didn't feel the foundation actually on my skin. Like I wore it all day the few times that I wore it, and I didn't feel it on my skin or in my pores. My skin just didn't feel uncomfortable with it on. The finish looked great, and like I said, it looked like my skin until my oil broke down the foundation after a few hours of wearing it. I have pretty oily skin, so if it's not kept under control, it can break through foundation and make it look really blotchy, and that's what happened with this. For those of us with oily skin, if we want to get some long wear from this foundation, we'll need to use a really good matte oil absorbing setting powder. I personally think it would have been interesting to try this foundation along with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Matte Setting Powder and see how they work together and see if the setting powder helped to control the oil. And speaking of setting foundations, my next recommendation is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Makeup Setting Spray. If you follow me on Instagram, my handle is @ARelaxedGal, little plug there. You probably already know that I use this setting spray every single time I wear makeup. It's a lightweight microfine mist that ensures fresh, flawless makeup all day, and it helps the makeup not set into fine lines, melt, or fade. Now, the Urban Decay Setting Spray also has some patented temperature control technology that helps to lower the temperature of makeup, keeping it locked in better. I really like this spray because it does a really good job of setting my makeup. Using it, my foundation stays in place, so I can go to work during the day and then head out in the evening with minimal touch-ups. I just need to do a little bit of blotting in my oily areas, and when I do that, the makeup looks like I just applied it. I've even seen this setting spray in action when I've been sweating. I can go out, take a walk in the heat, and sweat a little bit. I will see some makeup dripping, but after doing a few quick blots, it looks good again because the setting spray has kept the rest of the makeup in place. We've talked a lot about the face so far. Let's switch over to the eyes for a little bit. And my next recommendation is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Ultra Slim Precision Brow Pencil. I don't know why all these makeup products have such really long names. This is one of my favorite brow pencils for a few reasons. The first is it has a retractable tip, so I don't have to sharpen it manually. I hate doing that manual sharpening and getting the pencil sharpener and doing it. It's just so messy and it takes a lot of time and the tip never comes out right. The tip for this is ultra fine, so it's really easy to fill in my brows and have them look really natural. The tip makes it look like I just applied little fine hairs to my brows. The shade that I get for this is Ebony, which I believe is a dark brown but not quite black shade. I don't like using black on my brows because it just looks really stark and noticeable and it doesn't look natural. I like using a darker brown because that does then match my hair color. Now, I don't usually buy this brow pencil often. I usually buy it when it's on sale because I can find some nice and decent brow pencils at the drugstore that are a lot cheaper, but I really like this one. So when I feel like splurging and it's on sale, I will buy it. Okay, I have, I think, one eye product on here. Most of these products I think I have on this list for makeup are face products. So we're gonna switch back to foundation. And this time we're gonna talk about my favorite foundation, which is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Longwear Liquid Foundation. Now, I love it so much because it's a really good shade match for me. It's like the one foundation that I feel is the perfect shade match. And funny enough, I got matched for this shade at Sephora. My shade is Tiramisu. And I also love about this foundation that it just looks like my skin and gives me a matte finish that doesn't break up during the day. Like it can stand against the oil that my face produces. And I tend to get a lot of compliments when I wear this foundation and people questioning, am I wearing makeup? Am I not? And I love that about it. Now, because of the price, I tend to use it only for special occasions and when I'm going to be wearing makeup all day long. So if I know I'm going somewhere in the morning and I'm going to be out until later in the evening, or I'm going multiple places, or I just want to make sure my foundation really looks on point and really stays looking good throughout the day, I wear this Too Faced foundation. Now, another foundation that I use quite a bit, I actually have a love-hate relationship with, and that is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Liquid Foundation. The reason this is a love and hate relationship is that I had a really hard time finding a good shade for me that wasn't too dark, wasn't too light, and had the right undertone. I tried several different shades. I got samples at Sephora, and I couldn't quite find something that didn't look off. When the second round of shades launched, I was able to find one that works, and that shade is 470. Now, the interesting thing about this shade is that it says it's for deep skin with cool neutral undertones, but I actually have yellow golden undertones, yet this shade works for me. You would have thought that the shades with that more yellow golden undertone would work, but they didn't because they ended up just looking really orange on my skin. Go figure. The great thing about this Fenty foundation is that there's a total of 52 shades, which is a lot. Not too many foundations have this many shades. And also within all those shades, you get a lot of different undertones. So you have a better chance of finding something that that could work for you. This is a soft matte foundation that's supposed to be long wearing, and it's got some climate adaptive technology to fight heat, sweat, and shine. So it's supposed to stay looking good throughout the day, pretty much almost no matter what you do. Now I will tell you, this is one of the cheaper foundations on the list, even if it's only by a few dollars. So I use it as my more everyday foundation, and when I don't plan to wear foundation all day, but only for a few hours. While I like the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation better, I don't wear that as my everyday foundation just because it's so much more. And I feel like if I'm only going to be wearing foundation for a few hours, I'm wasting it, because then I'm washing it off within a few hours of putting it on. Okay, let's quickly go through some other makeup products that I haven't used, but I see talked about a lot, or I've seen are gaining some popularity. The first is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. This is a popular foundation for those with oily skin. I've seen it talked about for years, and it continues to be talked about. It continues to be a popular foundation. And that's probably because it's a 24-hour liquid foundation that has a flawless natural matte finish, and it's supposed to unify an uneven skin tone and cover imperfections with buildable coverage. This has a pretty wide range of shades at about 48 total. Next is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I've actually tried this and I wasn't impressed, but it's a pretty popular translucent setting powder for those out there with oily skin and combination skin. There are only 4 shades, and I think the one that is best for brown skin tones is the Translucent Medium Deep. It claims to be a lightweight, easy to apply loose powder with a matte finish. It's supposed to blend effortlessly to set makeup for up to 16 hours of wear and 24-hour shine control. I don't feel like it did that for me, but like I said, I have pretty oily skin, so maybe it just wasn't strong enough for my type of oil. This is a product I've never used before. I know very little about. It's the One Size by Patrick Starr On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I feel like I've been seeing people saying that this is the setting spray that Beyonce's been using on her tour. I don't know, but if it is, it must be good if Beyonce's using it. This is a waterproof setting spray that gives skin an all-day matte finish. Now, speaking of celebrities, although she's not on the same level as Beyonce, we've got Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez, the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. Now, these bronzer sticks claim to be breakthrough because they provide quick, invisible, sun-kissed glow with a smooth, seamless second skin finish. So you just swipe it on, you blend it, and you go. There's a total of 8 shades that you can get. Oh, and there is another eye product here on the list. I just forgot about it. It's the Kaja Wink Stamp Original Waterproof Wing Eyeliner Stamp and Pen. Now, this is a dual-sided wing stamp pen and a felt tip liquid liner that come together, and they're supposed to create or help you create the perfect cat eye every single time. Now, the set is smudge-proof and waterproof. It gives you an all-day wear from morning to night. Now, you're supposed to be able to use this stamp to get a winged liner look, so you don't have to actually draw it on. You just stamp it on. It's supposed to make it easier for those of us who stink at doing a freehand, which is totally me. I actually think it's a really cool concept and have used it several times, but I stopped because I was still having issues with applying it. I'm not very good at putting on makeup, so I think it was more me versus the actual stamp, because I've seen some very good reviews for it. Hopefully if you try it, it works better for you because you're better applying makeup than I am. In addition to all of these products, you can buy one or more of the many popular holiday sets and advent calendars that Sephora is known for during this sale. And if you want some more product picks, go ahead and check out this video. But before you watch that video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and please share it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.